Well, good morning, everyone. And once again, welcome to another live this morning. Hope you're having a great start to your day. And we love to say hello to a few folks here. And let's see who comes up numero uno this morning. It is Brahim from Portland, Oregon, number one, and Kevin. Numero 2, and Jen, Cape Breton, 3, Francis Marie, and Michael, and Lyle, good morning, and Mary, good morning to you, Wendy from Markham, and Tina, Nova Scotia, Jeanette from our staff, Georgie, Halifax, Nova Scotia, Micheline, bonjour, Donna, Newfoundland, Manette, good morning, and Jeanette, good morning, Bobby Lynn, Alberta, and Doc McEwen is on with us this morning from West Tennessee, good morning, Diane, Chantal, Ottawa, Sheila, Sudbury, never heard of it, Fran, Val Carrot, all around Sudbury, Linda, New Brunswick, Norma, Jane, good morning, you guys. Lee, St. Augustine, Florida, well, good morning. And Shirley and William from Markham, Evelyn, Karen from Muskoka, Morris from North Bay, good morning. Nick from our staff, Yolande, bonjour, Nancy, Iowa, and Donna from Bell Valley, Lorraine, British Columbia, good morning, Robin, Connecticut, and Judy from New Brunswick, Stephanie, Cindy, Phoenix, Arizona, bright and early this morning, Lynn from Ham, and Carol Wheatley, Wendy, London, Ontario, Jeanette, Kapuskasing, where Santa Claus lives, Carol, Dominican Republic, well, good morning, and Donna, Dave, Lori Lee, Ventura, California, guys from all over North America and the world, Liane, good morning, or Leanne probably, Sonia, Gail, Jeanette, you guys are wonderful. Elizabeth, okay, let's get going. And Colette, Sudbury, Joe, hey Joe, British Columbia, and Sue, good morning from Florida, and Bonnie. Okay, now, studies on vitamin D. Studies on vitamin D. Now, if you're part of the private Facebook group, I actually posted a couple of these earlier this morning so that you could have a look at these studies on vitamin D. Hey, you know what, guys? They've looked at vitamin D, and I just want to talk about this one first. It's not specifically what I want to talk about this morning, but I just got to tell you, they've done research and had, like I suggested, had the government gave everyone vitamin D, okay? Very inexpensive. Had they insisted on everyone taking vitamin D during the pandemic, it would have been absolutely incredible. The ICU, and these studies have been done, by the way, keeping people out of hospitals and ICUs with vitamin D. Unbelievable research done on it. People who had a measurement of vitamin D that was optimized, was their chances of getting real sick were almost nil. They suppressed it. And, you know, one of the points I was making, it was interesting, that when the President of the United States, I'm talking about before the vaccines were available, when the President of the United States got sick with COVID, they gave him vitamin D. They gave him what we call therapeutics. And all of that was dismissed. Anyway, I don't want to get into, too much on that because I've got some other studies on vitamin D that I want to bring to you this morning. But every time I read these things, it drives me crazy. Vitamin D, the sun. Now, do you remember me, folks? So you guys at the start of the lockdowns and whatever, I was screaming blue murder. Would we get out in the sun? You go back to the Spanish flu, even in what was that, 1918? I mean, millions of people were died from the Spanish flu. And then they figured out if we can just get these people in the sunlight, it would help. Okay, now, why am I bringing that up? Because let me give you a study, and I actually posted this morning. When you are exposed to the sun, okay? So I'm not talking about vitamin D supplementation. I will in a minute. When you are exposed to the sun, Viderma. Remember? We gave it a name. Viderma. Vitamin D on the skin. Viderma. Okay? Viderma. Listen to this study. In 20 minutes of sunlight, what happens in 20 minutes before I even give you this study? You guys should know this because I talk about it all the time. In 20 minutes of exposure to the sun, what happens? Okay? Let me see if we got somebody give me an answer because you guys know this. And maybe you've forgotten, but I don't think you forgot. Somebody give me that. What happens in 20 minutes of sunlight? Wendy, you got it. 10,000 IUs of vitamin D. Okay? And Francis, so what? You were flagged with high vitamin D. What's that mean? I'll talk about that in a minute. Renee, you got it. You get 10,000 IUs of vitamin D. Gary, you got it. Babika, you got it. You guys are, Karen, you got it. Yeah, come on. You're the smartest. Chantal, you got it. 10,000 IUs. Brian, oh, my audience. Sue, yep. You guys are unreal. So when you get, this is what I tell people all the time, okay? Rose, you got it, okay? Here's what I tell people all the time. When you stay away from the sun, or when you put, Gloria, you got it, Norma, you got it. Yeah, you guys, anyway, I got to stop, otherwise I'm not going to talk about it. Okay, listen. When you get 20 minutes of sunlight, you get 10,000 IUs of vitamin D. We know that, okay? So when someone tells you, oh, you're taking too much vitamin D, you're gonna die. The waiting rooms are full of people with vitamin D overload. In 20 minutes, in the sun, you get 10,000 IUs. In 20 minutes. But here's what else. Here's what else happens. Now, we talk about this all the time. when you even get out in the sun, even if you're not, like it's 40 below, you know, I was, Jeanette from our staff, her daughter has gone back up to the Arctic. She's a lawyer, and her family, they moved up to the Arctic, and she was saying they were flying in or whatever, and she said it was minus 55. Oh boy, okay? Now you're not getting 10,000 IUs of vitamin D up there, okay? Because you ain't gonna see, you're not gonna get exposed to the sun, but even if you see the sun on a sunny day, what are you getting? What are you getting? I'm asking questions this morning. Someone give me the answer. What if you just are out on a sunny day? What are you getting? Okay, so it's 40 below. So you're not getting vitamin D, but you're getting, you guys know this. Okay, you guys know this. Barbara, melatonin. Deanna, melatonin. Renee, melatonin. Jeanette, oh, you guys. Do you see why, Kevin? Melatonin. Lorna, melatonin. See, you guys are so stinking smart. Carol, yeah, you got it. Heather, yep. Dave, yeah, my audience, okay? You see why I want to give you and Teresa, Gary, you guys all got it. Helena. Oh, I love you guys. I love you guys because you're so stinking smart. You know, when we use that, listen, Linda, you guys are Lindas that listen. Okay, so you get melatonin. Okay, here I am again, just getting excited. And rather than continuing on what I want to teach this morning from these studies. Okay, so in 20 minutes, you get 10,000 IUs of vitamin D. Okay, we know that. Okay, keep that in your mind, and then I'm going to give you this study. This is something that I kind of thought about it, but I didn't know exactly how it works. Okay, we know that your T cells, your T cells, what are those? Those are your Navy SEALs of your immune system. Okay. They come out of your lymphatic system, and they look for, they're the first responders, the Navy SEALs, to a virus, bacteria, even cancer. Okay? So, what do they need? They have antennas. There's solar panels on the T cells. And what do they have? What are they looking for? The sun. Vitamin D. Okay? Vitamin D. Now, here's the study. Okay? Finally, I'm getting to it. When you're in the sun for 20 minutes, you get 10,000 IUs. Yes, we know that. But here is the new research on vitamin D. 200, okay, let me read it to you. This is the headline. 200 antimicrobials. When you get 20 minutes of vitamin D, Viderma, you get 10,000 IUs of vitamin D, plus you release 200 antimicrobials to kill viruses, parasites, and fungi. Guys, vitamin D. I I didn't know that. I knew about the T cells. I knew about the fact that they're solar panels. But the new research on vitamin D shows in 20 minutes, getting that 10,000 IUs of vitamin D, you also release 200 antimicrobials. You talk about a natural antibiotic, antiviral, and antifungal. Holy moly. Holy moly. Isn't that amazing, guys? Isn't that just incredible? And when you think that the boogeyman, they made the sun the boogeyman, one of the boogeymans. Fear the sun. I heard it again the other day. Fear the sun. It's crazy to fear the sun. The sun is your best friend. Now, don't go burn in the sun. Don't say Dr. Martin said I can burn in the sun. I didn't say that. 3 types of cancer. Skin. There's 3. Mainly. Basal cell carcinoma, squamous cell carcinoma, and the first 2, basal, squamous, okay? They're not dangerous. Look, nobody wants cancer, but they're easily treatable. They won't kill you. And I believe, no doubt in my mind when I tell you this, they are induced not by the sun. They are induced by sunscreen. Those chemicals. You put heat to chemicals, you're asking for trouble. Okay? Thirdly, there's basal, squamous cell, and then you have the deadly, can be deadly, melanoma. Melanoma, guys, don't get mad at me. Okay? Don't get mad at me. I'm just going to tell you what statistically they've shown. Over 90% of them, it's 95%, I think, around there, are people that don't get enough sun. It's the opposite of what the world teaches you out there. It's the opposite. They say, well, that's sun, melanoma. You go to any dermatologist, and you know what they'll tell you? Stay out of the stinking sun. Stay out of it. And if you're going to go in it, you better have on sunscreen and sunblock. Because you got to watch out for skin cancer and melanoma. But what they didn't tell you is people that get melanoma are people that work indoors, mostly, are not exposed to the sun. They get very little of it. But it's not their narrative, but you guys have heard it here. And I put a little asterisk here. I'm not ever recommending burning in the sun. Okay? But when you look at the benefits of sun, immunity, imagine this new study showing, holy moly, it blew my socks off. That 200 in 20 minutes of sun, 200 antimicrobials are produced in your body. Guys, there's no, okay, let me make a statement. Let me make a statement. Okay? And you can question this. I want you to use your noggins. I encourage thinking. I encourage discussion. But I'm going to make a statement. There's no such thing as the flu season. Now let me finish the sentence. There's no such thing as the flu season. There is only low vitamin D season. Yep. There's only low vitamin D season. There's no flu season. It's when you're low in vitamin D that you're susceptible to getting a virus, a bacteria, the flu. And that's why at the start of 2020, right around this February, they were talking about it. March, March, they closed everything. They were scared skinny. And I was screaming. I have pictures of me. I was in Florida on the beach when they emptied the beaches. I was there. I watched them do it. And I just put my hands up and said, how crazy is this? The very thing that we need so that our immune system can fight. Our immune system is on our side. I had my hands up, I mean it, on the beach. And they were emptying the beach. The police came. Get off the beach. We're closing the beaches. And I was so upset. You have no idea. I know. I'm just John the Baptist in the wilderness. You know, screaming in the wilderness. And people thought I was crazy. But I was right. I was right because I have been studying vitamin D for over 50 years. I have been consistently saying it when it was not popular to even talk about vitamin D. It was because all medical schools, all of them, teach this. Vitamin D is essential. It's a fat-soluble vitamin, essential for your bones. Period. And they don't even, in our province, they don't even want to test vitamin D. Because if you don't have osteoporosis, why are we going to check your vitamin D levels? Why would we do that? And I want to go and put my arms around your doctor, your physician, and say, listen, Doc, Linda Doc, listen, please. Vitamin D is essential. Your immune system doesn't work without vitamin D. Oh, when I read that study, I got so excited. Always knew about the 10,000 IUs and always knew it was tremendous antiviral. And how did it work? Now we know. Over 200 antimicrobials are released in your body in the presence of the sun. And when you don't have the sun, you take vitamin D as a supplement. Crazy, isn't it? Okay, now let me address, there's another study that came out. Okay, and I actually posted it this morning on Facebook. Okay, I posted this study. Now, what does it say? And I posted the other one, the one I just talked about the 200 antimicrobials. I posted it up there. Okay, now, here's a cancer study that was published. Okay, and it was. Let me just tell you about this. It's just a one person, but it was published. Okay, and I put it up on our Facebook page. Okay, and it's one person, a woman. She was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. She was 83 years old. Okay, pancreatic cancer, which is a deadly, deadly cancer. The prognosis for pancreatic cancer is usually very, very poor. Okay? And one of the reasons it's the prognosis is poor and is because pancreatic cancer, it usually only manifests itself in the last stages. Like oftentimes you get no symptoms at all until the end, in the fourth stage of pancreatic cancer. This lady, that's what happened to her. Now, on her own, she decided in her mind she was going to start taking vitamin D. Okay? And she made a mistake in her mind. She made a mistake. She thought she was taking 5,000 IUs a day. That's what she thought. But really what was happening is she was taking 50,000 IUs a day. Now, the studies there, you can look it up. It says after 6 months, they were surprised that she was still alive. Secondly, when they did PET scans, her tumor shrank. She was feeling better. She had very little signs of any cancer left. She made a mistake, so-called, of taking 50,000 IU a day for 6 months. Now, let me tell you something. This is facts. Again, I've been studying vitamin D for almost 50 years. Let me give you some facts on vitamin D. Vitamin D, in order to become toxic, because someone just put on this morning that their levels of vitamin D in their blood were very high. Now look, guys, you have to understand that I'm not your doctor. I'm not your personal physician. Okay? I'm not in practice anymore. Okay? So I'm going to give you some generalities. And understand that's all, this is for educational purposes. Okay? You have to get that because every individual, I'm not your physician. So let me tell you this, and I have to be very careful about it. But I want to give you research that has been done on toxicity with vitamin D. 6 months of 50,000 IUs a day is the only time that one becomes toxic on vitamin D. And yet this lady did that and she was not toxic. And when they measured her vitamin D levels in her blood, they were in the higher range, but she wasn't toxic. Now, again, I talked to you about the therapeutic value of vitamin D. Guys, if someone has cancer, look, your oncologist, they might want to do treatment, whatever it is. I mean, I'm not talking about that. All I'm saying to everyone and their dog, take vitamin D. When the sun is out, get in the sun. When it's summer or better weather and you can be in short sleeves and shorts and sunbathing, it's so therapeutic. Sun, Steak, and Steel, my new book. I hope to have an update this week. It's been slow as molasses, the publishing of it, but it's coming, okay? Sun, Steak, and Steel. Sun. The sun. 20,000 IUs, 50,000 IUs every day for 6 months. I'm not telling you to do that, okay? Please understand that. I'm not telling you as an individual to do that. But wouldn't it be nice if someone is diagnosed with cancer and they, with their functional doctor, okay, specializing in functional medicine, was to supervise a patient with that kind of massive doses of vitamin D and supervise it, do blood tests. I'm not holding my breath. But there is research on vitamin D, there's lots of it. It just never really filters down to general medicine. It's too bad because there's a war on vitamin D. Even today, there's a war on it. It's too valuable. And the forces to be don't like that. I hate to be negative. Okay, now there was one more study. Okay, let me finish up with this on vitamin D. Here's another study. I didn't post this one. I guess I should. This is vitamin D and depression. Look what it says, okay? This is done with U.S. Army veterans. And this had even a stronger effect on Black Army veterans. The therapeutic doses of vitamin D were given to U.S. Army veterans, and a placebo was given to the other half in a study. And they said depression in vitamin D, the ones who actually got vitamin D, depression and suicide went down over 50% in the group that was taking the vitamin D versus the group taking placebo. Vitamin D and depression. Do you think you think that will filter down to psychiatrists, psychologists? Hey, Doc McEwen, you think that'll filter down? I know you teach it to your students at the University of Tennessee. I know you do. Guys, I shake my head. I shake my head. And I have to talk to myself so that I don't get down and continue to remind myself I do have an audience, and my audience is smarter than the average bear, and they can figure things out on their own, and they're smart. Give them information, let them decide. Okay? Let them decide. Guys, instead of being discouraged, I'm going to be encouraged today. Because you guys get the memo. You guys get it. Okay? Now, don't ask me how much to take of vitamin D. I won't do it because I can't do it. I tell you what I do. Okay? What I do. And 8 to 10,000 IUs a day. That's what I do. Okay? Now, have I told you lately that I love you? I haven't? I do. You guys are so smart. How can I not love you? Okay. Guys, anyway, thanks for putting up with my little rants. And I appreciate it. I really do. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Okay? Lord willing. Talk to you soon.